4 seed this year. You guys getting home playoff soccer in El Paso. What does that mean to you guys to be able to go from last year to now persevere and get to the point?
It means everything to us. I think it shows the resilience of this team and the club, and everybody that stands behind us, knowing that what we went through last year, and we everybody called it a redemption year, and so I think it's spoken for. We had a lot of goals coming into this season, and this was one of them, getting the top 4 seeds and hosting the first round of playoffs, and that's one thing we completed. But there's still a lot more that we need to complete, and goals that we're still striving for, and this is just the beginning.
So you and Memo are actually the only two current players who've ever played a playoff match for Locomotive. In fact, none of you guys have been able to see it here at Southwest University Park. And a lot of guys bring other playoff experience in USL to the table. What's the mindset going in to a game against the Phoenix side that you guys have had some crazy matches against this season, very high scoring? What's kind of that mindset of how to balance these previous matches and then playing them a fourth time?
It's pretty simple. I've spoken about it, to a lot of the guys, like you said in my previous experience. Right now, this playoff game, this round, it's really a different mindset that we have to go into. Everything that happened in the past, no matter how great our season we can say, or even the downs, right? All of that is in the past. It doesn't really matter anymore because once you step into playoffs, it's a different mindset, and you should have a different mindset because it's a win or go home situation. It doesn't matter what seed you are, who's hosting, and who's playing. Anything can happen, and it's a playoff game. So, like I said, it's a win or go home situation. So there isn't anything you could take for granted because one little mistake can cost you the whole year, the whole season, and that's a mindset that we need to go into.
Eric, you talk about you talk about the playoffs and putting things in the past. Obviously, I can't imagine it's never been more fundamental for you all to put Saturday's game in
Hmm.
your rearview mirror and not think about it. Is that how you guys are going to go or approach it?
Yeah, I forgot about it already. Like I said, like the past is in the past, the goods and the bads. Yes, you gotta look to like learn, of course, but at the same time, you can't dwell over it because nothing's gonna change. From that, you can't go back and change it. All you can really do is focus on the present, and the future is to be determined as well. You can start planning for the future and what's gonna happen afterwards, or even on Saturday. It's just showing up every day and presenting yourself and trying to take matters into your own hand each day by day. And so when the opportunity does come, then we're prepared for it. But right now, yeah, what happened and it's over with. We got our job done, and that was hosting the first round of playoffs, and now it's just about focusing on that and focusing on each day here in training.
Kind of a reinventing the wheel question, but why are you guys here? What went right for you guys this year? What did you do to get to this point?
I think still keeping a good amount of guys from that core group last year, and having that feeling and that kind of upsetting as well of what the year went last year for us, to come into this year and kind of like redeeming ourselves, knowing that we didn't want to feel that way again, and let people down, let ourselves down, because this career goes by quick. We're not gonna get more opportunities like this and like a season like we had this year, and that's like one thing I feel like we strived on, and also we picked up new big pieces that really developed our games and helped us carry out wins and victories, and or even ties and points that we needed during the season. So the new guys that came in this year, knowing that what we went through last year and adapting to that, and feeling like they were a part of it as well, kind of brought us all together in that chemistry to continue fighting for each other and ultimately getting to where we're at now.
Your 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 season has gone particularly well, I think, from your own standpoint. How comfortable have you felt this year? Do you feel like it's your best year in El Paso so far,
um,
personally?
Personally, yeah, not too sure. I haven't really dwelled that much over it and kind of compared. I compared a little bit from, like, I guess my best years that I thought here in El Paso, and it's pretty similar. But I think group wise, yeah, for sure. Not so much personally, but the guys that I surrounded myself around, and the kind of level that they expect me to play each game and in that training, knowing that I'm one of the leaders and one of the captains as well, is a big part of it. But yeah, I think just feeling super comfortable around the guys that I'm with and knowing their quality, like it's easier said than done. But I always say, like, they make me look good, and I hope I do the same when they talk about me. And I think that's what I strive for as a player. Not so much my individual attributes, but can I make other guys, better as well, and can they make me look good? So I'm proud of this group, and I think we accomplished, a lot throughout the season. But I mean, like I said, the past is in the past. I'm not too concerned of how this season went for me personally or even the group. Right now, it's a whole new season for us. It's a different atmosphere, different environment and mindset. And I've been through this process, and I've gladly say I've done well for myself. So now I just want to continue to strive off that feeling and remembering what brought us here and what that feeling is to win a playoff game, to make it to the next round, and so on and so on. But yeah, and also just knowing my motivation, and that's my family, my kid, my son, my wife. They've been through it as much as I have this year, and I'm sure other guys can with families as well can say the same thing. So it's kind of it's not just us out there; it's also our family and fans. So trying to put them in the back of our heads, to make sure that everything that they worked for all year supporting and stuff, and all the downs they went through, didn't go to waste.
Eric, what kind of match do you expect on Saturday against this Phoenix team?
A very tough, fun match. I'm excited for it. That we've spoken about it and seen the results that we faced against Phoenix. So it's always been a fun, competitive match, and I'm excited for that. And and honestly, like we spoke about before, it's my first home playoff match, and I'm excited to see the outcome of all the fans showing up and seeing if we can get a sellout crowd, and I hope we do, because I know the feeling of playing under the lights and under our fan support, and it's been amazing. And I want everybody to experience that, and myself as well, being a home playoff match. So I'm excited for that and seeing everybody out there.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.